Hello, everybody. I've been gone for a minute. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. And if I'm supposed to be making videos, I'll be making videos. If I'm not supposed to be making videos, I won't make videos. But I did those videos on my NDE, and I did some follow-ups to that. And I got to talk to a lot of great people. Got to communicate with some very intelligent people that gave me a lot of insight on that. I got to talk to some wacky people too, but I mean, it comes with the territory. I did those videos, and I know that everybody wanted to see more of them, and they were hard to do, emotionally for me, and I should have done them 7 months earlier if I was being obedient and doing what I was instructed to do. So I made those videos, and I got to talk to some people, and it was like, cool. So should I make some more videos? And it's like, nah, just chill for a little bit, do your thing. And I did, and God sent me on a grand adventure, and I was like unemployed, about to lose my house, about to have to sell my vehicles, about to just end up in the gutter. And then all of a sudden, like, everything landed back on its feet. I was just so grateful and taken back by it, because I'm like, oh, man, it really is, like, God really does have a plan. And he really is going to stress you out and, do all this stuff just so you will learn. So you'll learn about it. And so I got the urge to make some videos, and, God kind of put some obstacles in my way. Like, no, not now. Not now. And then, because I had a lot of, I still do. I got ideas for a lot of fun stuff. But I almost made a video, and, it was kind of like the universe was kind of standing in my way of doing it. And I was like, so I want to at least put something out there. So I put, an old song that I did a long time ago. I've got hours and hours of footage of music and cars and stuff, which I'll start posting up later. But God sent me on this journey and this grand adventure, and I did all kinds of things, man. And I'm going to tell y'all all about it, but I can't cover it in just one video. I went to a bunch of churches. I talked to people. I shook a lot of people's hands. I met with some religious leaders. Talked to some recovery groups, met some people in my own community. I ended up getting a pretty good management. I'm not going to say, where it's at, because it's a big corporation, and I don't want to, but I got a really good management job, and I'm kind of out of the woods on the money struggles. And then I put out that little blues, riff that I came up with, and kind of quenched my thirst for a second. And it was cool to see, a couple hundred people watched it and liked it, and that was great. And it was kind of like just sitting one night thinking, and I was like, so when am I supposed to start making these videos again? Because you basically, you put me through some hard times over those videos, and I know I was disobedient, and I should have done them way earlier. And it just spoke to me while I was in prayer one night, and it was like plain as day, just like, look, when I want you to make videos, I will give you a sign, and I will give you a series of signs. And when I give you this series of signs, there will be absolutely no doubt in your mind that I want you to start doing this again. And a friend that I haven't talked to in years contacted me and said that she'd found something. She had found a photo album of mine, which is crazy, because in around 2017, 2018, I lost all my stuff, man. All my clothes, it was all destroyed. It was all, it just lost and destroyed. Every single inch of it. All my my photo albums and my diplomas and pictures of all the concerts I played and all the cars that I've built and just all this stuff, it was just gone. And I counted that out years ago. years and years ago, I was like, I'll never see that stuff again. And then out of the blue, a friend contacts me, and this is a friend that I haven't talked to her in several years. Kind of had a falling out when I was going through all my turmoil in 2017, 2018 or whatever. And she just gets in contact with me one day and she's like, look, I found this photo album of yours. And I'm like, photo album? I lost all that shit. It was destroyed. She lives far away, so she sent me a couple of screenshots. I was like, holy hell, that stuff got destroyed. That stuff shouldn't even exist anymore. And she lives far away, so I went ahead and I paid her money. Like, I'll pay for all your travel expenses and everything. Come bring me the photo album. And she comes in with this photo album. And I am absolutely blown away. I'm just... I didn't even want to look at it because it was around the time that I got to go into work and be the manager and be the boss and all this shit. I was like, I'm going to start looking at this stuff and I'm going to get really emotional. So I'm not going to look at it now. But I got back and looked at it, and I didn't get all emotional like that. Like, it was all that fear and that nervousness that I had in the first time I did this, all of it's gone. It's all gone now. I don't have any problem in the world talking about any of this stuff. And I'm looking through this photo album and I'm like, here's a sign. Here's a sign, because I have some kind of, visual thing to, like, here, see, I did all this stuff. I can prove it, which I don't really have to prove it to anybody. I don't feel the need to. But just for my own, mental well-being, it was really cool. So I was like, there's your sign right there. And so I went in to grab this phone, which I do all my videos and my editing with, and battery's dead. I plug it in, battery won't charge. Try a new charger, battery won't charge. I'm like, damn, I've got this really expensive iPhone right here and it won't even take a charge. And that was kind of like, not yet. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. And then I tried a couple more days to do it and it wouldn't do it. And I'm like, well, I guess that photo album went to sign and da-da-da-da. And I'm not even going to recite what happened, but something really horrible happened to a person that, whether you agree or disagree with him, he was just trying to speak his mind and speak his opinions. And I think we all know who it is, man. And that guy was just ruthlessly, murdered. Just having a talk with people, doing nothing but expressing his own opinions. And I was like, God, it's horrible. And then a series of events happened today, which I'm not really going to get into, because that's, I'll get into it later. But I heard it in my head clear as day. It's like, now's the time. And I walked back in and I just seen this weird charger. Well, my daughter-in-law gave me a bag of chargers and I seen this one weird charger in it that looked ragged as hell, like it wouldn't work. And I plugged it up to the phone and it instantly, boom, it started taking a charge. And right then I had my instructions. Go ahead and start making videos again. But now I have to keep doing it. That's where the wind is blowing me. Like, okay, once you start this now, you can't stop. You got to tell your whole story now. So I'm going to tell my whole story now. My life has been nothing but fast cars and fast motorcycles and rock and roll. So if that's just the reoccurring theme here, that's all I've ever done. Played with fast cars and motorcycles and played rock and roll music. So that is going to be a huge part of this. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to spread this out and show you some of this photo album, because this blew my mind. Here's a photo album right here, and all this stuff doesn't even make sense, because according to my memory, all this stuff were in separate little books and all this, and somehow they just appeared. I guess I was like, did you put it in this photo album? She's like, no. And somehow all these pictures just appeared together out of nowhere. And there's some that I remember that are missing, but it shows all my old shows. There's my first Christmas. There's when I was a little kid. That picture right there was in the Atlanta Journal and Constitution, talking about the bright young phenom from Atlanta that plays guitar. Check out those Reebok pumps, boy. I had to put that in the picture, man. I was just too fly for that. And get down, and there's when I was a little kid. There's my first electric guitar. I had a bone disease, so I had some really revolutionary experimental surgery done on me when I was a kid with the Scottish Rite Children's Hospital. You see that this leg right here is very bowed and distorted, and this leg right here is straight, and that's what they did. It was a pretty revolutionary procedure at the time that not a lot of people knew about. What's called the Ilizarov external fixator, and that's the reason I can walk today. And there's me when I was a little kid, just bedbound, can't do anything. There's me holding my little sister when I was a kid. There's me when I was a little kid, my little Pac-Man undies. And then you got all these concert pics and trucks that we built and friends, and then it comes back to that. I never thought I'd see these pictures again. That picture that of the thumbnail I used, I found that on the internet, and it's a reverse image of this car. But that's the only picture I could find, but somehow these pictures just landed back in my lap, man. And a series of all that, and the phone automatically coming back on and working again. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's very emotional. So that's that. That's that. I've gone through a transformation. You know, I worry about some stuff, mainly the well-being of others and me trying to support, you know, myself and the people that I love. But that's natural. But as far as that near-death experience, I'm not scared anymore. And I'm not scared so much anymore that I could now tell that story with damn near arrogance. But this is just the one video that if you wanted to hear the rest of this story, now's the time to tune in. Because I've got that and a lot more. It's my job to spread this as much as I can, because according to what I've been told, this is going to help a lot of people out. And that's all I want to do. I want to be of service to the whole rest of the world, of what little I can. So, yeah, this is the beginning right here. The last one was like just the introduction. This is the beginning of it all right here. And I'm going to start telling these stories and all the downloads of information and all the experiences that I had about, you know, after that and everything. And I'm going to do it without nervousness, and I'm going to do it without fear. And this is the beginning of it all. So I'd just like to let you know I love each and every one of you. Even if I don't like you, I love each and every one of you. So please, if you wanted to hear more of this, plus some, tune in. Here we go. I'll see you all in a day or two.